Okay, so the first thing that I always do is I put the address into Propwire. And if you've never heard of Propwire, it's the largest database of seller leads in the US with over 157 million records. And it's absolutely free to search and download as many leads as you want. Really cool. And it's also got other features that make it just a really amazing research tool. And you can do that absolutely for free, including comping the property, and I'll get to that as well. So when I look this property up, there's our house. I like to look up and verify who's showing on record as the owner, if they own other properties. I like to go in here and just confirm that information I have is matching up with what I've been told, like square footage. It's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath. Look and see if there's anything going on with like tax delinquency or any kind of financial stuff. One thing to keep in mind here is this tells me what other motivation types this property fits. So off-market, empty nester, and free and clear. Empty nester means that they've owned it for a significant amount of time and might be looking to downsize. So there's some other things here. I can kind of look at some history too, so I can kind of see, okay, well, when did they buy it? What did they pay? How long have they owned it? If it's had any listing history, it'll show me that as well. Sometimes I kind of look at the market and want to know, okay, well, how's this market doing right now? You can see here it's been fairly steady. Then what I like to do is go ahead and comp this property. So if I click on comps, it's going to show me right here, there's my subject property right here, and it's going to go into some defaults. So what I want to do is I'm going to go back, let's say 6 months, and I want to get a little tighter. I'm going to go 1/4 of a mile, and you can see here it kind of gives me this bit of a radius right here. If I want, I could draw in here a little bit. So let me zoom in a little, and let's say that I want to draw my map because it's kind of covering some dead zone here. So let's say that I want to go from this main street, let's cut all the way up over to this main street, and I'm going to kind of box in an area that I think would be worth comping. So I kind of made my own custom area, and now it's going to show me data inside this window. The biggest thing that I'm concerned about is that it's 2 bedrooms, and I don't want to look at 3 bedrooms because it's a big difference. So I'm going to say just show me the same as my property, which is 2 bedrooms, and then same with baths. So I just want to look at 1 bath, so I don't want to look at something that's got 2 baths. Most everything is falling into that range of around 1,000 square feet, right? Because I put 2 bedroom, so you're not going to see a 2,000 square foot 2 bedroom probably. So I don't need any filters for square footage because these all seem really close to mine. I mean, this one's tiny at 688. So I verify my square footage feels about right with my comps. I could do a lot filter. Let's say I'm on a bigger lot or a smaller lot. We don't have a basement. I'm not overly concerned about year built. I could though, if I was worried about some newer stuff going on. I can kind of glance through here too and look at, there's consistency in the years. See that? 25, 23, 20, 07. Like if I saw in here 1990s, 1980s, then I'd be a little concerned about that. So I'm just kind of verifying my data. Now what I want to do is I want to go in here and I want to identify what's going on here on the high side. So it shows me price per foot. But if I look here at price, I got a 154. So that's kind of looking like my top end, right? A 40 would probably be as is stuff at the low end. So you got 40, 50, 35. So I'm looking at both ranges now. I'm kind of saying, okay, well, between 35 and 50 is kind of on the low end. And on the high end, here's another 149. So I'm kind of looking more like the high end. I want to comp my property. So I'm going to click 150. I'm going to click this 149. I like that comp. I'm going to skip this one too. Look at this, 316. Why in the world did that house sell for that? But it's an outlier. So I'm going to skip that one. And again, I'm going to skip these low end ones. There's a bunch of low end, low end, low end. Here's a 140. Let's take that one. 130. I don't know if I want to take the 130. I might. And then a 156. So let's go ahead and pick the 130. Let's just grab our kind of top of market. So it's giving me, what it does now is it's averaging those all out, and it's giving me 160 as my average value based on the comps I've chosen. Pretty cool, right? So look how quickly I've established a pretty solid value. Now, I haven't looked at these properties to see when they sold, if they've been renovated, how nice they are. If I wanted to go deeper into that, I could certainly do that. But literally in a few minutes, I've got a pretty dang good idea of the value in this neighborhood. I'm around 150, 160. So like, let's take this one here, 9th Street. So if I go ahead and look this up like on Redfin or let's say Zillow, Zillow's not showing me other pictures, but you could see here an old picture from the street view and like freshly painted and looks sort of like renovated. I don't know why there's not pictures in here, but if I look at the description, all renovations are complete on this super cute 2-bedroom, 2-bath. They must have converted that from the original when they did the rehab because it's now showing it as a 2-bath. But see, this is kind of giving me some more information if I want to do a deeper dive. Now, let me show you how to do the same thing on Redfin. So here's our property. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and duplicate my tab so I keep this one open. And then a little hack strategy here. Not all markets do this on Redfin, but most of them do. If I click on the map, and then down here it says nearby homes for sale, I click that, and it's going to already kind of create my neighborhood. So we're up in here somewhere. And remember how I drew that like custom area? So let me show you how I could do that as well in Redfin. So I go over here, I'm going to click draw. And what I did is I started on this main road, cut through here, but I'm gonna go over to Hill Road. I'm gonna cross 9th and grab any comps down here. Then I'm gonna go down. So I'm just trying to follow like the main roads. Okay, there we go. That's a pretty good section. But I wanna look at solds. I'm gonna go 6 months. So there's all my solds in 6 months. And then I'm gonna go home, so I don't wanna look at anything else. And I'm gonna go 2 bedrooms. But I don't want to go the other way. I want to go limit to 2 bedrooms. There we go. So 1s and 2s. And I want to go just 1 bath. Done. And then I'm going to go to my other filters. I could do like, don't show me anything over 1,000 square feet or 1,100 square feet, something like that. But that basically should get us similar filters. And again, so there's that comp we looked at on Propwire. Let's look at what this one is. There's a nice looking house. So if I click on this for 154, I would call this pretty decent comp at 154. I like that. Almost exact same square footage and floor plan. We have like, if you look at our property, remember, we got like the same kind of thing going on, like a porch right here. So that's kind of what this is. So I like that comp. And then here's a 145, real close to us. Yeah, check it out. Adorable 2-1, totally renovated. With LVP flooring, blah, 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 145. So Propwire gave us 160. We have a 154, a 150, a 145, and that's how we do it. So I'm gonna go ahead and base my analysis on about a 150. I think I could push to 160 because some of those I think were kind of average renovations. And if I want ARV, that's after repair value, that's assuming everything gets done. And on our deal, it will. You have to. It's got a fire damage. It's roof, windows, siding, everything new. So it should fetch top of the market, which I think would be around that 160 number.